Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everybody to the Stacey Thomas Unrestricted Unlimited Talk Show. For any new viewers, I like to let you know exactly what I mean by Stacey Thomas Unrestricted Unlimited. It simply means, and I hope you use it for yourself sometime too, I've yet to see all that God has for me. And the other side of Stacey, never be surprised. Never be surprised at the blessings that come through this show. Never be surprised by the stories that come through this show. Just understand this: you will be entertained, educated, and blessed. How about that? But you have to find your blessing, right? So tonight I would like to welcome a very special person. I've heard a lot about him, met him a couple times. Hi, bye, how are you? But heard a little bit of his story, and I said to myself, Lord, I hope I can get an interview with him. How about that? So tonight I'm going to bring on my platform Eddie Good, and I do hope you guys enjoy as we get a snippet of what's yet to come. Okay. Hello, hello.
Hey, hey, how
How
are
are
you?
you?
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming. You know what? You got some big things happening, and I feel really blessed that I have you on my platform, Eddie.
Thanks
So
for having me.
everything, like your name, is everything good?
Everything's good. Everything's
Everything's
well.
good.
Yes,
Everything's good. So, I am very interested in this new book you have coming out, right?
yes.
Audacity. I mean, the audacity of you, Eddie Good, to name your book Audacity. I can't wait to like just read the book, find out what it's about, because almost sounds like the audacity, the
Mm.
audacity of him to think that this is going to capture my attention, and it did. So it's audacity fueled by ignorance to win.
Invincible ignorance to win.
Invincible. I'm sorry.
Yes,
Why do I have
yes,
ignorance on my mind?
yes.
Audacity fueled by invincible to win.
Invincible ignorant to win.
Okay, there we
Yeah,
go.
there we
Get
go.
Stacy straight. Okay, where did that title come from?
Wow. In my earlier years, that's who I was. That's how I walked around. Not outwardly, but inwardly. Just audacious, daring. Um, I always loved God, always believed in God, but I thought I was God. And I thought I could make any decisions I would like to make. I can do whatever I want. I was on many platforms, and when you're good at what you do, when you're good at your job or good in sports or whatever you're participating in, if you're not mature enough to handle the blessings, you start to think that your success is about you and from you, and so audacity.
You're describing what, like, I guess most young people are. But I guess you take it to another level because you had a lot of opportunities. You were blessed with a lot of things. So that, should I say, made your head big?
Well, inwardly, yes. I never carried myself in that fashion outwardly, but God knows your heart. He knows what you're thinking, and so I used the platforms that I was afforded the opportunities to excel in for many, many times for my own benefit, and able to have the gift of gab to be able to have an impact on others, help people, but at the same time, at the end of the day, I try to benefit me.
Wow. So
Yeah.
you it sounds interesting because obviously you believed in yourself. You
Yes.
said you believed in God. So if I believe in myself and I believe in God, where can I go wrong?
When you start putting yourself in front of God,
Okay.
when you start thinking that your wins are because of you and your mindset and your abilities and your skills that God blessed me to have. So I over time I learned that my blessings was because I was chosen, not because I was supposed to have it. I was chosen. And so when you start to use your skill set for your own benefit, that's when things go wrong. And sometimes God lets you live that out for a while until he picks you again to minimize you and downsize you and use you to bring you back to have your will done the way he wants it done.
Okay. So with that being said, because I want to show a very powerful video, right?
Yes.
And I hear you, the man that's speaking that's here today. You've told us about the man that was years ago when you were younger, right? answer this one thing for me, and then I'm going to show a video. What you're saying to me right now, this was learned years ago and you didn't pay it any mind? Or is it something that you've gone through that I'm going to read in this book that I can't wait to get my hands on, that you now know?
Both.
Both.
I come from good stock, right?
Okay.
So this is not a story of someone that was deprived and didn't have proper guidance, but this is someone that was blessed early in life with some skills and the ability to get things done. I'd like to say I was intelligent at the time, but immaturely intelligent.
Immaturely intelligent. Well, I'm glad you admit that. We've got a lot of comments coming in, but I'm anxious to play the video that had me at home wanting to cry. I got a phone call from someone that said the video really got to them. They'd be sure to be on. I tell you, well, let's wait. Here we go.
Addie, it's about 8:49 p.m., about 72 hours before you depart to another road on the life of Eddie's journey on Earth. As usual, my world of thoughts slides towards you often. It is the human side that mixes with the side of faith. My faith and renewed relationship with God continues to cushion me and protect me as I experience life's awfulness. It is solid quiet now. I'm alone, sitting in a great room with a very faint sound of soft medicinal music. Perhaps at this very moment you are picking up vibes from your mother. I can see your eyes, strong built, and the lost look in your face. My prayer of anointment never ceases. Actually, my prayers never cease for my family.
Nothing like a mother's love.
Yes.
Nothing like a mother's prayer that will have us remembering from the very beginning what we were taught.
Yes.
Nothing like a mother's prayer that will have you here today, because God listens to mothers.
Yes, absolutely.
Whew. Now I'd like to talk to her. Okay,
Eddie have something to tell you. I'll tell you that.
Ooh, wow, nothing like a mother.
Yes.
Can you give me can you give us a hint? Just give us a hint. What's your elevator pitch? What's your statement about the book?
Empowering, authentic, raw. I made myself naked to the world, and I tell you, part of my initial desire for writing was because I wanted people to hear from me, right? I wanted the people to hear my side, not what's on Google, not what everybody else was saying. I said, here's an opportunity for me to share mine. But as I continued to write, I realized that I had not healed. And I started to heal through writing. And I realized that, as a man, we are responsible to provide and protect our family. So even when you're on your back, you're expected to provide and protect your family. The unfortunate part of that is that you never take time to heal. And that's where so many men fail in relationships and jobs and as parentings, because the things that you've gone through and endured, you don't take time to heal. So that impacted me. There were often times I couldn't write because it took me back to a place that I dismissed or suppressed, I should say. But, the spirit doesn't allow you to do that. And so this was a part of the journey that I was supposed to do.
And this is a journey that takes a man from knowing right from wrong, from living right because he's been taught right,
Yes.
Takes this man from being on one side of the bars to the other side of the bars.
Yes. Yes.
Woo! When's the book coming out?
Book comes out May 18th. That's when our book signing is. The links will be on Eventbrite at this time. That's where you'll be able to purchase the book and people that want to purchase the book. So, you talk about the journey. I tell you, I didn't have much hesitation in exposing myself in the book because, viewers are going to be viewers, right? And depending on where they are in their life, they're going to view the book from their perspective. But I realize that my hope is that they just view it and they view it.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
Mm-hmm.
They're just viewers, but
Yes.
let's talk about family and friends.
Yes.
Let's talk about family.
Mm-hmm.
When everyone sees the way you are one moment, and family's probably bragging on Eddie.
Yes.
And then family hears that Eddie's now going to prison.
Mm-hmm.
Eddie gets out of prison. Most of the time, at least years ago in the African American community, you don't tell your business.
Yes.
You don't take your business out of the house. And
That's
if
right.
we go to this family reunion, don't you talk about you been in prison?
Mm-hmm.
So this is how people think. Yet you wrote this book. Did you ever think twice?
I really didn't. Once I started the journey and the healing, it became a way of life for me for the past year. I had a great support system with the team from CEO, I was provided a platform to be authentic and to be honest. And as I continue to write, continue to heal, it strengthened me. It gave me a sense of purpose. Really, my hopes is that I'm able to uplift someone and encourage someone that's going through or have gone through or about to go through something that, if you follow the journey, if you stay committed, if you stay obedient and disciplined, this is the results. And in the book, it details that whole process.
Okay.
I didn't speak like this 12 years ago. I
We
didn't walk
all have
around.
to grow. We all mature.
Well, I mean, from a perspective of proud, I wasn't proud. I was broken, and I realized that was God's word in me. So some people like myself, that's very strong mentally and emotionally, and used to winning. So God got to break your back, right? And He chooses those that are worthy to break down and bring them back to a place where He knows that we're going to do His will, His way. I'm
going to need you, if you're not already planning on doing it, I'm going to need you, and I might set up the event myself and invite you out to speak if I can get some young people. Who's your audience? Who's going to be, who are you talking to?
Well, I'm an unapologetic Black man, right? And that's the first audience that I want to capture, that I want to impact. But this is for anybody. This is not for the judgmental person or the person that lacks discernment or the person that feels like that they haven't had a turn yet. And everybody gets a turn in life. And so it's for those that believe in redemption, for those that want an opportunity to look at someone that looks like them or have gone through some things that they've gone through and see what being obedient and discipline looks like, right? So, and we say that, and I don't speak that easy, right? Because when you ask God to take the keys, I submit. God, take it. You got to be careful what you ask for, because the thing.
I always say, when I talk, sometimes I tell people,
yeah,
who can make your life better.
Mm-hmm.
Who can make you put down that or stop doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But you scared.
Well, yeah, because we want to do it conveniently, right? So we want to have our hands still on it, right?
Uh-huh.
But so when you take your hand off and you submit, it's a tough, and not everybody is able to overcome that. And I'm so thankful and full of grace to be able to sit before you and speak the way I speak. And it's all him. It's the opportunity, it's the pain, it's the scars that I was left with, it's the losses that I lost, and it's all detailed in the book. I could go on and on and on, but I want people to get the book and
Right.
read it and
I
take
don't
stuff
want,
from it.
I don't want you to say too much. I just need people to understand why they should get the book. I want
Yes,
people to, before they read the book, I want to give them a glimpse of the
yes.
man who's here today, the man that stands before you, or in this case, sits before you. And if there's anything that you want people to get from your story, what would it be?
Don't quit. Don't fold. Submit. All right. And I'll briefly share this, that we all want to overcome. We all want to be successful again. But there's a part that we miss along that journey, and that is the journey, right? We look at the obstacles, we look at the success part, but it's the journey that you have to focus on. In that journey is where you become the person that you need to become.
You just might have to go through a few things and don't understand why. Why
Yeah,
me?
well, you know what? It's funny you say that because sometimes we're not supposed to understand. We're just supposed to go through it. And then when you
Well,
go through it, you're like, oh wow. So this is why he took this from me. This is why he exposed me. This is why he downsized me. Now I understand. And guess what happens at the end? You're not going to make the same mistakes again. You're not going to make the same mistakes again. Too
it's
painful.
it's it's
Too painful.
something I've often told, like one of my boys,
Mm,
when something happens, or yeah, I'm gonna say it, when
yeah,
he spent some time in
yeah,
jail, right? And he calls me.
yeah.
You know what I said? I think God gave you a chance to sit down. You didn't want to sit down. You didn't want to listen. So God made you sit down.
Absolutely. Absolutely. He'll teach us how to value what we think we say we value, but our behaviors don't support that. And there's a young man that is the love of my life, the most important person in my world, and that's my son. And to be able to watch him benefit from my pain and my loss is just amazing. And it's been 13 years, and I still cry at times. I don't think a week goes by where I'm full of joy and grace because of where I am today and be able to overcome that. God's grace.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love the words that you're saying.
thank you.
And when did you say the book is coming out?
May 18th, we're having a book signing, and so there's going to be a link on the invites that I send out. I have a website, Suited for Life. It's on Facebook and Instagram. So I encourage people to chime on, and there's going to be a bunch of information coming out, some photos, some videos. I have a YouTube channel as well, Suited for Life. So, it's a lot going on. I'll tell you, it's taken a life that I've never imagined, really. I mean, it was too much for me. And I want to say this is that sometimes people will look at recovery stories and, take it. I don't want people to think like this is not about me shining me, right? It's not about look at me. It's not
Right.
about that. Look at the journey. Look at where I've come from. Look at what I did to lose it, the ignorance, the audacity, right? And then they get a better perspective of what it's all about.
All right. So I have Anastasia. Anastasia
And
says, I'm
they,
Anastasia. I am so proud of you. Anastasia. I like Anastasia. Anastasia. Terrell Ford, who's an influencer, and Terrell, I'm really hoping you share this. Terrell wants to know, do you have any advice for a Black man that's in their 20s in today's world? That's a good question.
Wow, that's a lot to unpack. I will say that you have to believe in yourself, right? You have to do the right things all the time. And that's tough for a Black man to do the right things all the time. It really is because There's just so much going on out in the world. But believe in yourself. Pursue your education as much as you can. I don't know what your spirituality is, but if you love God, love Him and honor Him, and that's the start. That's the
Okay.
start. Yeah.
Thank you for that nugget. Nasser says proud of you.
Uh,
Let's see. Wendell Boyd, tell my big homie that I'm extremely proud of him. You know, people.
that's my man. I grew up with that guy. NASA's a teammate of mine.
Wow. People, when something happens in your life, like what happened, I still don't know why. But when you go from one side of the bars to the other side of the bars, it's like when someone gets a divorce.
Mm-hmm.
People will leave you alone.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
People will run away.
Mm-hmm.
And here you have people supporting you.
Yes.
What a blessing.
It is. It is. And it says a lot about the person that he was, even when he wasn't living the way he's supposed to be living. Right. And so, it's, you never realize what type of friends you have until you become a burden to them. And I tell you, I've been a burden to some people. And, just for a listening ear, just for a laugh, or just to be around it. They didn't realize it, but they did a lot for me. So a lot of heroes out there that's been a part of my journey, and I appreciate all of them.
Shantae 3 says, tweet,
Mm.
I'm getting these names wrong tonight. I'm so
Shantae 3.
proud of you, Eddie. God's grace is sufficient.
Yes.
Tyrell says he went to VSU. We got all these Trojans. Well, let me tell you. Well, let me tell you a little secret. They don't really know me. I'm just a little small over there. I'm over at VSU.
Okay.
Loving the students.
Okay.
Loving the camaraderie, loving like people are excited. I'm meeting parents who love VSU.
Yes.
So hello, Trojans.
Yes.
Hello, Trojans.
Trojans till we die. Trojans till you die. My son's a Trojan. He's in grad school over there now.
Really? What's he majoring in?
Communications.
All right. Well, I'm wishing him the best. I'm wishing you the very best.
Thank you.
I cannot wait until you have your book signing. Stacey will be there. Stacey will want another interview. Terrell said something about the other on a post. Everyone else's tea. This is not gossip to me. Right. I'm curious because it gives me, I always say the blessing may not be meant for me. I'm meeting Eddie Good because I'm supposed to be a bridge between Eddie Good and somebody else.
Yes,
so yes, I want to know about your journey. Tell us one more time. How do they find you? I'll post it up here, but you can tell us.
Yes, it'll be on Eventbrite. It'll be on my page, all my websites, and my social media outlets. The link will be up there, and you can Eventbrite will lead you to the buying a book. You don't have to come to the book signing to buy a book. It's going to be a limited amount of people anyway, but you can buy the book there. That's for starters. We're going to have other platforms coming soon.
Okay. So what I'm going to do, once we get off, I thank you for blessing my platform. I am going to put up, the publisher sent me a code. So that will be put up at the end. So if someone wants to scan it, they can. Yes. Hopefully someone will put it in the comments also. And I would like, Eddie, I can let you go, but I'm going to play your mother's video again.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to play your mother's video again because your journey, and you're talking about the people that helped you through your journey. And I need people to know, young people, that young man asked you what advice. Mm-hmm. You asked Eddie, but I'm going to give you some advice. Trust the strong woman, whether mother, grandmother, auntie. Trust the woman that's close to God.
That's right.
Trust, because not saying that God don't listen to the men.
Yeah.
But he might got a special place for the women.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Eddie, take care. I'll see you at your event.
May 18th. Yes.
You're gonna do amazing things. And the last thing, if someone wants to book you for a speaking engagement, would they contact you through the social media platform that I have posted?
Yes, but they can go on my webpage at www.iamedgoo.com.
Okay.
And yeah, I have all the opportunities there to just go through the links, and there are some ways that you can request. Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you,
Can I,
Ed Good.
yes, thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure. I was a little nervous, and I was fine until I sat down, and I was like, "Oh, so this is real." So thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
No one should be nervous with Stacey. No one. Thank you. Have a good one.
So be well. God bless.
God bless you too.
Thank you.
Eddie, it's about 8:49 p.m., about 72 hours before you depart to another road on the life of Eddie's journey on earth. As usual, my world of thoughts slides towards you often. It is the human side that mixes with the side of faith. My faith and renewed relationship with God continues to cushion me and protect me as I experience life's awfulness. It is solid quiet now. I'm alone, sitting in the great room with a very faint sound of soft medicinal music. Perhaps at this very moment you are picking up vibes from your mother. I can see your eyes, strong built, and the lost look in your face. My prayer of anointment never ceases. Actually, my prayers never cease for my family.
Thank you very much for watching. Everybody that came on, thank you very much for watching. And before I post the event Bright link, right, you will be able to go on YouTube or my Facebook page. If you don't get it right away, come back and scan the code, sign up. Remember, he said you do not have to be current to get your book, get a signed copy, okay? And remember one thing, don't stress too much about yesterday. Don't worry too much about tomorrow. Because if you do, you just might miss living today. Head over to YouTube, like, share, subscribe. Stacey Thomas, Unrestricted, Unlimited Talk Show. Thank you and have a great night.
Unrestricted and unlimited. Talk about something. You're one-on-one with Stacey Thomas. Unrestricted and unlimited. We can talk about